All right, guys, so we have made it to the final row of the blanket. As you can see, it is nice and big now. And we're all the way at the end. So we're gonna bind off. And you're gonna bind off like you classically would with a knit stitch. So you're gonna be putting it through the back loop, just as how you did in the other rows. Start your first stitch. Again, putting it through the back loop, and then you're going to take this stitch and you're going to put it over the next stitch, creating that little V there. Then again through the back loop, and again over top of the following stitch to create that look. So again, through the back loop, and then over top of the next stitch, and through the back loop, over top, and you're going to do that all the way across to the very end of the blanket. And now, since this is a bulky yarn, you really don't want to be tying knots in the yarn. So I'll even show you guys here at the end of this what we're going to do with that initial slip knot that you made. You're actually going to use just a needle and thread to finish off the blanket, rather than having like bulky knots in your blanket, because that never looks pretty. You want to try and create a seamless look, like you didn't know how all of that started. And almost to the end here. And also, since this is technically the stitches that you're using with the purl in the front and the knit stitches in the back here, how that creates is it automatically creates a roll. Over time, that will slowly start to relax, especially with this heavy of a yarn. It will relax and you won't have as much of a roll anymore, especially after washing it. So I'm just trying to get to the end here. Don't want to have a ton of excess. And the really great thing about this is you can always just kind of pull your loops and your stitches, and it will kind of help itself even out. So it looks like I'm going to have just enough to finish here, which is great because this big yarn is not cheap, but it looks pretty. So one more stitch, pull it to the end, final one. And a little tricky here at the end. And you're going to pull this all the way through. So how you're going to seal it off is, since this is the right side, this is the wrong side, you're basically going to take this edge and loop it under so that it's kind of hidden here. And you're going to just sew with a needle and thread right into the stitch, so you're not having this foam left over, and you can cut off the excess. And that's how you're going to finish the final end off. Any of these stitches like this that seem a little bit big compared to the next ones, it's actually very easy to see your yarn, and you can easily kind of help adjust them and blend them in. So you will have to go over it, since you are not using an actual needle or a hook to help your gauge. You will have to eyeball it, but that kind of is what gives it that homemade look. So that is the bulky stitch blanket here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do have any questions, let me know below.